Buddies brought me to the Lady Luck, which was my first experience. And the Lady Luck is located what we call downtown now.
Yeah, and then before I even jumped on social media with it, all I cared about was collecting the chip and then knowing more about that chip, the history from the casino that year, things that may have happened. There's so many casinos that were open in Vegas for 1 or 2 years that no longer exist. They were there shortly. So
yes, appreciate you guys tuning in. You already know this is your host Coyal. Welcome to Visit Vegas Places. Real topics, real business, real Vegas with real owners. We have now let me let you know something. It's nothing like going down memory lane out here in Vegas. I'm going to take you back to when I first fell in love with Vegas. This was late 90s. I was a young adolescent. Well, I thought I was grown. And the Lady Luck popped my cherry. My buddies brought me to the Lady Luck, which was my first experience. And the Lady Luck is located what we call downtown now. And I remember stepping out. I was 17, young buck. And I remember thinking like the entire city looks like this. It was so clean. Me coming from Los Angeles, I just thought the entire city looked like this. And I knew that I had to, move out here. So only few can capture those old school moments and be able to implement it and create content in our new school social media we have now. My guest, he does a great job with that. He's a chip collector. He brings old Vegas to life. And those moments, if you go to his page and all his social media, you can get a feel of old Vegas and the history and the stories. I want to introduce you guys Renee Contreras. He's the poker chip collector and a digital creator on Instagram. You can reach him at chipcollector_2. Renee, thank you for joining us. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, my man. Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, no problem. This was a must, man. It took a while. This is a must. I was like, this dude doesn't know the gift he has and what you contribute to Las Vegas. And I appreciate that. Yes.
No, you're welcome. I have a love for the Strip, for Vegas, for downtown, for the history. There's a lot to love about Vegas.
Man, before we get to start and let the audience know, actually, they're like, who is this guy? So let the audience know exactly who you are and what do you do as a creator and what you represent.
I like you said, I'm chip collector _2. My name's Renee. I'm from Texas. What I do is I collect poker chips, but along with that is behind every chip there's a story, and more importantly, there's so much story. There's so many stories in Vegas, and like I said, each chip has a story. And I'm working on some big projects coming up. I've had some fun with the projects I've been working on. Again, I've been at it for about a year, posting on my social media. So I'm still getting used to it and trying out new things with it.
That's right, man. You're doing good because I remember when I first started following you. Now you're like super active. You definitely have the group because there's like a certain Vegas group, so I know the group is aware of you. It's just like a matter of time before everyone's aware of you because not too many people are doing what you're doing. Do you have any competition or in that niche that you are doing? Is there anybody else doing what you're doing that you're aware of?
Yeah, there's a out there on Instagram. There's a chip vault that he posts, I believe, daily, but he posts like a chip daily, and not really a history about it. He just kind of has his tags, casino collector, something like that. He's out there too. Same thing. He posts a little history, but he's out there throughout the country, which I'll get to that too. But right now, my main focus is the Las Vegas area.
That's right. Now, this is funny as you talk. It seems like you had this niche before social media was on where the platform where it's at now, right? So you were doing this before social media was even happening, huh?
Yes. Yeah. And then before I even jumped on social media with it, all I cared about was collecting the chip and then knowing more about that chip, the history from the casino that year, things that may have happened. There's so many casinos that were open in Vegas for 1 or 2 years that no longer exist. They were there shortly. So, and I've been doing this for a little bit longer than the social media aspect of it.
I figured that. What it would be interesting to know, what was the moment that clicked that you knew that you had content that you can put this what I'm doing on social media.
Okay, so before I even thought about collecting, I was just collecting them as souvenirs.
Mm.
Interested with the stories too, right? But where I gambled, I would pick up a chip or two. It wasn't until I went to visit my girlfriend's dad in Seattle. He has a huge collection of Hot Wheels.
Mm.
He was the one that told me that there's a club and membership that I can go and expand my horizon with my collection, and then it just took off.
Wow.
I've been wanting to learn more, grasp more, and more importantly, it led me to starting a social media page, which honestly I did it for my love of the hobby that I have.
Right.
No idea I'd be close to 1,000 followers already.
Right. Like literally you can get this stuff monetized. I'm already thinking like, dude, there's stuff I can teach you and show you. Like this is
Please.
content that needs to be out there. Like definitely you need to have this more out there. Because this is a niche that you have to know what you're really talking about to be able to do this. You can't fake this kind of stuff. That's why this is the kind of stuff that has longevity.
No, right. You can't fake this kind of stuff. People will look you up on your stuff. They'll call you out on your stuff. So you do have to know what you're talking about. And again, the history's out there. It's just doing your due diligence and looking it up, and again, having fun with your hobby, having fun with Las Vegas. It comes hand in hand.
It does. It really does. Now you was telling me you had something big and a project going on and the story behind it, which my audience would definitely be interested in. I'm going to let you take the floor now. Go ahead and let us know.
Yeah, no. For quite some time, I've been working on a little project, and I can't wait to post about it. It's not so much about a casino, which that's mainly what I do, is post about casinos and the chips and the history behind it. What I'm working on is a story about Binion. I'm from Texas, and Binion started in Texas. He started in El Paso,
Right.
And he worked all his way up to Dallas Fort Worth area, where he ran his syndicate. And then he had to fly out of Texas. He was hot. The law was after him. He made his way to Vegas, and the rest is history. He is a legend in Las Vegas. But so he is as well in Texas. And to share the connection is going to be fun. The memorabilia that I have of his is cool that I have. I have more than just chips. There's a really cool book on him that has a lot of cool stories. For example, he had when Jackie bought the El Cortez.
Okay.
There was an Irish mobster living in there, free of charge, eating, staying there free of charge.
Wow.
He went over to Binion and he said, "I can't hold this man up, but I understand because of his ties to Meyer Lansky. Right. He has to stay here, free of charge, but I can't hold him up free of charge and for food."
Right.
Binion said, "No worries, I'll hold him up for the rest of this time there and feed him." Just what they call the nicest gangster. Again, I can't wait for y'all to see the project. It's gonna be a lot of fun putting it together and showing y'all.
See, that's interesting, man. See, you need behind the scenes too. That's content, that works. So I don't know if you're aware of that, but like as you're in the makings of that, be aware that to make behind the scene footage and also self interviews of what you're doing, that's footage, that's value footage. So when you have your end product, that you can show the works in the sweat and the tears behind, that finished product. So, it's kind of more of a bigger respect. So when I see your finished product and I see your behind the scenes, it kind of like closes in the story, but also lets me know who you are as a person and your work ethic behind the scene, as opposed to just the content. So one thing with you, that would be one thing that's great that you could start doing. Like even now, you're doing good. Like you're a storyteller. Get on there, man. Like I see your chips. I want to hear some of them stories behind it, and you have it. You have it. But once you start doing it, you'll see a process for you, because there's no set way. Believe me, there isn't. Even what I do, I didn't really know. I wasn't a master. I just jumped in, And
Yeah.
as I jumped in, there was no books for me to read or anything still to this day, because no one's done what I'm doing or trying to do. So there's no one, that I can read upon and give me a structured way, or all I can get is ideas of somebody who done something similar, but it's not quite the same. So why I'm saying this is you're doing something that I can see that's no one's done before. You can't look up. You can only so much can tell you. Like the chip collector guy, the other one who you was talking about, he can't probably give you. He can only give you advice of what he's done. But I think what you're doing, no one's done yet. You're the first. And by me saying that, sometimes don't look for that help. You're the help. You're the person that you're looking for. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it does. It's crazy to think about myself like that in that way. Because again, all I've ever thought about was just adding to my collection, wanting to hit 10,000 chips, and along the way meeting cool people, trading chips, and collecting stories. Never did I believe what you just said, that I am the source, I am the way. But you're right. There are other pages like mine, but the content's just a little bit different.
Correct. It is. And then I see pages, but I know one thing too. I know because I thrive off Vegas content, but there are other pages, but it's almost it's almost reused content. I can tell your content is from you, an original. Where nowadays you can tell, like, oh yeah, that's not his content, or I can see his content and also the same on like 10 other same platforms. Like, oh, I seen this on his. But yours is original, that I know that came from you, that you probably took that picture. And that's what sparked the interest about you.
Right. Yeah. No. For the most part, yeah. Any picture that I wasn't around for aren't mine. Right. But yeah, anything that you see up there is mine. I go quite often. My girl and I, we love Vegas. So, yeah, no, the work I don't mind putting in, and I'd rather show it to you from my point of view, than somebody else's. I can't tell somebody else's story, but I can tell you mine.
Correct. And you're doing a good job. One thing I like is the chips. When you have like you have a Aladdin chip, and I can go to your page and it just brings back memories, of old school, because I've been coming here since the 90s. So you have chips on here that, like, y'all remember these chips when they used to look almost paper. Like this is, with the little zzz, you can rub it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
but like, how do you find these chips? Like, what is the process? Or not even that. What if the audience that are listening that want to trade and bargain with you? How do you go upon doing that?
Oh, there's many ways. You can reach out to me on my page, Chip Collector _2, on my Instagram page. You're more than welcome to message me if you have any chips. I've had followers gift me some chips that they have sitting around, which was really, really nice of them. And it's actually, some of them will be on my Binion's post. Yeah, you can. Since I'm part of a chip collecting crew, Chip Guide. Okay. On there we have where we have a list of what we have on our trade list. Mm-hmm. We have a list of wants of poker chips that we want. That way we can see what each other's needs are, and then do they have something that we can get in return. Again, every June, I believe, I haven't gone yet, but every June there's a big convention for the Casino Collective convention. Okay. And I can't wait to go and meet some of the people that I've already made trades with. And one gentleman in particular, we've made about 6 or 7 trades where we just know that we're going to say yes if we have each other's stuff.
Right. Wow, man, that's beautiful. Now, also, what would you say is your most expensive chip that you have in possession?
Right now, probably my Stardust, this $5 chip.
Wow.
And the funny thing about this chip, my best friend's dad was using it as a golf marker.
Are you serious?
Since he had it for about 15 years. He all of a sudden came to find out I'm collecting these chips. He goes, could you use this one? I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding? Yes, I could absolutely use that chip.
Stardust too.
I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. I was like, and I told him how much it's worth. We're right around the $100 mark, and I was like, are you sure you want to just gift it? I'll pay you, trade you. He's like, no. And again, one of my most expensive chips was used as a golf marker for a long time.
Now, it's funny because I saw you had a case on that chip. That's the real deal. Like, you get casings for them and everything.
Yeah, no question. Here's another one.
Wow.
Canelo versus Cotto, Mandalay Bay.
Wow.
There's a lot of chips that I have. What you were talking about earlier right now was Aladdin.
Yes. Wow. That is
I have a lot of chips, and most of the chips that I have in my cases are either boxing chips or chips that don't the casino don't exist anymore. The first place I ever got a Las Vegas casino chip from.
You see, look at that. Now
Monte
I see you a lot posting. Why aren't you doing reels?
Man, that's funny. I just told my girl. I just asked her the other day, do you know how to do reels? She said, yeah. She did one. I was like, okay, now you got to teach me. And I heard everybody. That's the thing to do now.
I'm already over the air. I'm going to give you an idea. I already got an idea for you on your reels, right? So you saw how you was just showing me each chip, right? And it's real simple,
right?
Because I know when you start off, you're like, I don't want to get on camera or anything. That's good because you already have content, which is your chips, right? So all you got to do is like how you place your chips nicely on the mat and take the pictures of them. Okay. You know how you do that? Instead of taking the pictures, place them on a mat the same way you set it up, but do one chip, right? One chip and video it in one spot. Video it now reels are usually 30 seconds. 10 seconds, you can get good. Right. You can do 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and 30 seconds and up to 60, right? So you're going to tape the chip, just video it instead of the picture. So say, for instance, we're going to do a quick 15-second one. So we're going to do a quick 15-second video of it, right? So all you're going to do is when you have that video, when you go to your Instagram on your phone, you're going to hit reels, right? You're going to create a reel. Pick your audio, a trending one. You know that everybody's catchy on now. You pick one of those audios, but then you're going to write the text on there, the meaning of that chip. So now they're going to read why your reel is going the meaning of the chip. That's a reel right there, baby. All day.
I can write the history all in right there.
Easy.
Now,
how many reels you got? Now you see what I'm saying? Think about that, and I think of how many reels you have.
Right.
That easy. Man.
Right. I can post that a little bit more frequently. Than
start writing each one down. That's it. And all you got to do is video the chip, 15, 30 seconds, upload it on the text on the screen, write the history, where the chip come from, or even your history of how you got it. That's all they need to know. They're going to look at it. That's value. That's value. You're teaching us history.
Gotcha.
You got it. Yeah, you got it. Yep. You got it. I can't wait to see the first one, man. Make sure you give me a shout out so it can pop up too. I want to see that first one up.
No question.
What's the goal, man? I got to hear some goals. When you going to have that first one up? I believe in you. When you going to have the first one up?
Okay, I'll tell you this. I'll do the first one with the Binion project that I'm doing.
You could do it with the Aladdin. Start off simple. Let's do it simple. Don't give them your good stuff yet. One of them chips you just showed me, do it with one of those. Just do it simple and easy. So it won't be, we can get it out the way and get the feel.
And just one chip?
One chip, baby. One chip. I'm looking at your content right now, right? So you know how you have the chips on the green mat? So you see how you got one chip on there on the green mat? So what you want you to do is when you film it, have the chip and you have the green a little more at the bottom so you can put the words down there and they can still see the chips. But you have the word flash. Easy as that. And you ain't got to type that much. Just type where it came from, boom, boom. Or you can put a lot of them text boxes everywhere on the page, Boom, boom, here, one at the bottom. And that's it. Let it roll for 30 seconds with some nice music. I want to see that. Yeah. I'm going to look at it over and over because I want to read everything about that chip. And I'm waiting for your next reel. Like, he teaching us these chips. So now, and not only that, now you have people going to find these chips, because the chips you're showing us, they don't exist no more. It's not for the public. It's not available. So that's why it's value, because it's not available. It's only available from you. You got to understand that. You're the only one who have it available for us. That's the
Right.
value.
Yeah.
That's
No,
the
I
value.
understand that.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
and preserving the history of it.
There you
Preserving
go.
the gaming
There you
history, the
go.
Vegas
Yep.
history, gambling history,
Man. And not
Vice,
only that, you got it.
Mob.
You keep doing it, you can monetize it yourself. Now you're tagging the casino where it came from, or the casino where it changed from, or owner. You could tag the Vegas. It's all kind of sources that opens up the things for you, because it's not selfish. You get what I mean? This is something that's history that
Right.
you're teaching everyone, that everyone can partake in and they're interested in. So it's not a selfish platform. It's just big for you. Yeah, and if you
No question. Yeah,
you,
I definitely will. I definitely
you,
will.
you have my
It's funny that you
numbers.
guys say. We were just talking about that the other day, my girl and I. And she did one on the spot. And I was trying to watch it and keep up with it. I was like, okay. I was like, because everybody that I'm following, and I'm sure you're catching it too, and you're part of it too.
Yeah. Oh
Is
yeah.
they're putting up reels left and right.
Reels, baby. It's all about reels. And that's why I was thinking, like, you have content. I see you post a lot on stories and you're posting, but you need to get in the reels, get in some action, because you have value. And that's why I stress it to you. You do have value.
No, I appreciate that. No, I will. I will. I appreciate
Yes,
that.
sir. No problem. Yeah, no problem.
And so how long have you been doing this then?
Man, I've been doing it. My business, I've been doing it for a year and a half for the podcasting. So it's been a year and a half for the podcasting. I started creating content just for like small business owners and restaurants on Google Maps. We have over 5 million views on Google Maps. So you can Google us and look us up on Google Maps. And that's where I originated. But I used to be a
Gotcha.
signed artist, man. I did music. My first experience with social media was with music. So I was a signed artist with music that nobody was listening to. So I learned how to post. I used to shove music down people's throats, but nobody was buying my music. So now that was the older me. So now I have my own business. The social media, I already knew how to navigate through it and convert it over, because I was already experienced from working with it with my music, but it didn't work for my music. So now the same tactics work for with my business, what didn't work for the music.
Hey, there you go.
Right. So yeah. But Renee, let everyone know that's listening, again, your social media handles, and also if they want to trade, buy, or sell poker chips, the process, that what they'll have to do.
Yeah, no, please do. I'm at Chip Collector _2 on Instagram, and please feel free to reach out either on one of my posts or direct message me if you have any chips that you're looking for, that you want to buy, that you're interested in selling or trading. I'm a fan of it all. So I have many chips that I can trade, and there's still many chips that I need. My only thing is, if you have a story behind that chip, feel free to tell me. I traded a chip once with a person. When he sent me the chip, he also told me how he was at the Rio when they opened, and that the
Wow.
chip that I got is from the opening night of the Rio. And he went
Wow.
about it. I still have what he wrote me.
Wow.
And
See?
again, if you have a cool
That's
story behind your
content.
chip,
That's
feel free to tell me.
content. That's
Feel free.
content. Yeah, you got it. Man, hey, remember this though. If you have my direct number, I can guide you. I can help you. I'm here, okay? So it don't stop just right here with the idea. I'm with you on the long run. So if we got to get down to the nitty gritty, that's what I'm here for. So you can be successful and you can get that aha moment. That's what I get my reward, when you're like, cool, I got this. Now I can, that's when I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
And
no,
now,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm absolutely will message and work with you to keep growing.
No problem, man. That's Renee the Chip Collector. You guys, also his link is in the show notes. So definitely you can go directly to his Instagram link right here in the show notes. Okay. So that was a real good social media talk. I like that. We're gonna get into this and that, Renee. We're gonna let the audience know a little personal side about you, and also we're gonna see how very, very Vegas you are. You seem like you're pretty smart. You might get this one, and I think you will. But first, with this or that, I give you 3 sets of 2 different options, and you just let me know your preference. Okay. All right. So the first
All
one
right.
for wings on out, would you prefer Buffalo BBWs, okay, or Wingstop?
Wingstop.
Thank you. Yes. BBW. I think
Yeah.
BBW is like a corporate thing, for jobs and all. Like, I'm not really a BBW fan.
No, neither of mine. I've had a bad run-in with them.
Okay.
That once you have a bad run-in, and Wingstop just has that much better wings, in my opinion.
True.
Uh,
True.
especially their lemon pepper. I love it.
Ooh.
Definitely Wingstop guy.
I'm with you. I like the lemon pepper fries too. You know, you can season the fries up now. And I always get to
Oh my
see,
gosh, yes, you're
dude,
right.
yes. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
All right. So at the table now, when you're gambling, do you prefer craps or the roulette table?
See, I'm a true gambler, man. I love roulette. I love putting the chips
Yes.
red, even, black, white, the thirds. I'll play the numbers. Like I have a system with birthdays and certain numbers I play.
That's right.
I love the true gamble, letting the ball do the spinning and let it fall where it may.
Man, I love it, man. What's your number? Just give me one. Like one number that comes to your mind, that one.
That one number?
Yeah.
31.
31? I'm 27. Yeah. So
27. That's a good one.
Yes, it is. It is.
It's a good one. Yeah, I play it too.
8 though, and 8 also got me a lot of money. It's either 8 or 27.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, that number 8 is a beast.
You're not right about 27. I'll run with 8 in a few times now. I'm going to run with 8.
I love it.
When I hit, I'm going to text you.
Okay. All right. That 8 is, I mean, like almost everywhere. 8 and 27 is a must. I had an old schooler. Actually, my buddy, he's younger than me. He's a roulette fan, and he put me on 27. And I've been having good luck since. And this has been the last 6 years. But 8, it means new beginnings. I never had issues with 8. But I'm going to tell you, it doesn't. You got to be consistent. It's not going to feel like it on the first 3, but it's going to come through if you keep consistently, stick with your number.
Right. No, that's the one thing I've learned about roulette. Stick with your numbers. They may take you once or twice, but the more consistent you are with your numbers, and don't worry about that board that they have popping up what numbers are next and what numbers just hit. Don't worry about that, man. That's garbage. But stay consistent with your numbers and you'll get them.
That's right, man. I love it. Okay, so the last one, gambling off the strip. I'm sure you're aware. If you wanted to go off the strip, and I love the stations, so I got either two. Would you prefer the Sunset Station in Henderson or the Red Rock in Summerlin?
I do like the Red Rock.
Yes. I love Red Rock.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous resort out there. It's beautiful out there.
It is.
I do prefer the Red Rock. Nothing wrong with either one. Right. But there we'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
That's right. I'm with the Red Rock too, but I love Sunset. Most definitely got love for both of them. Of course, all of the stations, but Red Rock, even when you come out, the scenery is just beautiful. When you see the Red Rock Mountains, everything's gorgeous out there. It is.
Man, yeah, it's gorgeous.
Appreciate it, man. Now we're going to see how very, very Vegas you are, Renee. So this question is just not a right or wrong answer to it. It's just to educate the audience on the history of Las Vegas. So on Very, Very Vegas, we're going to see how very, very Vegas you are, Renee. Name the Coney Island themed casino that had a model wooden roller coaster on top of it. No longer exists. So the Coney Island themed casino that had the model wooden roller coaster on top of it. It's set right in between, I think, Monte Carlo. Well, what you got there? What's that one? Is that the Holiday?
The Boardwalk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Boardwalk, baby. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, that was my favorite. Hey, man, we used to go there and have the $5 buffets in the morning. I remember we used to smoke cigarettes. I remember we used to smoke cigarettes right there at our seats and then get up and go. We'll have a smoke break. And then get up and go eat again. This was back in the, and I remember my kids was tripping. They was like, "You guys used to smoke in here?" I'm like, "Yeah, we used to literally smoke in the buffets."
Everywhere back in the day.
Everywhere back in the day. I remember we was smoking malls back in the days. I remember as a kid, my grandma used to be smoking cigarettes in the mall shopping. That's funny.
Yeah. No question. But yeah, the Boardwalk.
Boardwalk, baby. I love that casino, man. I used to park in the back, boy. That used to be the spot to park too. When we used to go out and walk the strip. We used to park in the back of the Boardwalk. Yeah, because it was free. You park right back there, and there was always nobody parked because they didn't know you could go back there to park. And you just pull right back there, and we used to park and just walk.
Man, you gotta love that free parking. It's almost non-existent now, but it's still there. Some casinos have it still.
Right. It's like 2 or 3 spots left. I'm definitely not going to say them over the airways. I have to
No.
show you.
Right. Because I want them to stay free.
Yes. Oh man. Yes, Renee, man. See, it's not that bad, man. This is all to it, man. Wasn't that bad,
it's
man?
cool, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So, man, I want to appreciate you for joining us. Keep collecting those chips. Keep giving us history. I can't wait to see the first reel. So keep it going. Man, I respect what you're doing. If you need anything, you have my line. I'm right here. Okay. So, again, man, let the audience know who you are.
Thank you so much for having me, my man. And you keep up the good work too. I love following your page and your podcast.
Appreciate it.
But again, please follow me on Chip Collector _2 on Instagram. If you have any chips you want to buy, sell, or trade, reach out. Again, thank you so much for having me.
No problem, man. Again, you guys, Renee, Chip Collector. You can reach him on IG, Chip Collector _2. Man, be on the lookout with him. You can go right into the show notes, go to his Instagram, and follow him, okay? And hit the little bell on top so you can see when he drops that new reel. All right,
That's
you guys.
right.
Renee, man, I appreciate you, man. And you holler at me if you need anything, okay?
No, I will. I appreciate you.
No problem. Audience, I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next Friday.